What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to do a very quick video following on from yesterday's video talking about Bitcoin and the 28k price target. A few things have changed with price action, so I want to talk about that in this video, decide if it's time to change our bias or is there still a chance of that 28k to come. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about the weekend price action. This all here was what was discussed in full detail on yesterday's video, so be sure to check that out if you didn't, so that you know where we are up to in the cycle, because the main thing that I really want to get you guys to focus on in this video is not so much the price of where you think Bitcoin is going, but the movement of Bitcoin. So the way that we trade over here on this channel, we expect on the weekends a trap which starts with a consolidation throughout the weekend, low volume, price generally goes nowhere, and that is followed by a false move that starts the week, and generally an M or W formation will follow, and out of that we expect 3 levels. So this would be 1 here, this is 2, this is 3. After we get the 3 levels, we then expect either the M or the W on the other side, and then a further 3 levels in the opposite directions. That's 1, this is 2, this is 3. We have the setup that happens on Friday in UK, which is designed to jam you back into the weekend sideways price action. Now, what actually manifests here between this W and this M can look different. It doesn't always have to be a W and an M. There are probably about 12 different trade setups that issue the reversal. So you'd need to learn the entire method in full in order to understand that. But the point being, once the false move is triggered and you can identify your M or W, you should expect 3 pushes in the same direction before a trend reversal is issued. Now, keeping that in mind, we discussed all of this price action yesterday, and what I was saying on yesterday's video was that if we count this as the rise 1 to the upside and this all here rise 2, we're expecting a rise 3, and with the heat maps helping us out as far as where the short orders were waiting, we were hoping for price to push up to the $28,000 area. Now, we didn't quite get there, but what I want to point out to you, and this is why I'm saying movement is more important than price, is that we did get that third hit. So it's not about the price. I know that like price gives you guys on, you know, when you're watching YouTube videos and whatnot, price is an amazing thumbnail, right? It's an amazing thumbnail to say we're going to X dollars and then everybody wants to watch that video. But trading is not about a number. It is about the movement, the direction of price, and how many times it's likely to hit that level. So we did hit 1, 2, and 3 to the upside, and that makes that pattern there potentially complete. Or is it? That's what we're going to discuss in this video. So by the way, if you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed, so that you can get notified of every time I upload a new video. Now, I did want to go live today, unfortunately, because I am just settling in Dubai at the moment. I have a lot of last minute appointments that I need to do for the business setup, for my visa, etc. So sometimes I just have to change plans at the last minute. So I'm gonna hope to go live tomorrow, but either way, I still wanted to put this update out for you because price has not yet hit 28k, and we have to talk about whether we think that is still a thing. Another thing I did mention on yesterday's video was that, you know, I was expecting a pullback back to the high of the day, which was around this level here where this candle is, and then the push out. Now, I also mentioned if price wanted to be dramatic, it could come all the way back to recover these green candles here, which is what happened on this move here. We did not close below the green candles, so that is a positive so far for upside, and we do have higher lows still being created. But at the same time as those higher lows are being created, we now have started creating lower highs as well, and we're starting to reject the 50 and the 200 EMA. So as I film this, we are almost about to close out the UK session. So let's have a look at today's behavior for the Asia and UK session. And now normally Asia will just consolidate between around about a 2% range. So if we draw the low of Asia to the high of Asia, we're at 2%. So Asia has done its typical behavior, and then UK will come in and UK will run a slow moving trend. So if we have a look at just this UK session right here, starting from, you can see the dots down here at the bottom of my screen, hopefully to the end, it's about to end. We started up at a high here and we've run a slow trend down. Now, those two behaviors are pretty typical, but the US is a different story. The US is going to start in half an hour. The US is unpredictable. US will either continue the trend that UK started or it will reverse it. Now, there are ways to tell during the session changeover. So I might keep this video short because I want to get this out before the session changeover so that you can get an idea. Usually, towards the end of UK, which is right now, we will have profit taking from whatever the market makers did during this session, right? So we have to wait and see for that profit taking to finish. That's why it's not really a good idea to open trades at the end of sessions. Session changeovers, they have a half-hour gap between each session. They're a good area to take trades, and session opens within about half hour to 1 hour is a good area to take trades. But end of session is not, because it's just profit taking and we don't know what the next market makers coming on board are going to actually do to price. So here are some typical changeover price action kind of moves that you'd need to watch for. If UK towards the end extends to the downside, and then throughout the gap you get a retracement on that, and then we get the next session open, US, and create a higher low, that's going to lead you to believe that we're going to get a session changeover W formation, which is a bullish signal. So I would be watching out for UK to extend to the downside. As long as it does not come back and recover all of this and break below it, there would be a possibility of getting that W formation there to bounce up, which would still then make 28K a possibility. However, with us currently being under the 50 EMA right now, there is also a chance that we're not going. The move to the upside is over and done with, and we're actually heading down from here, and it's time to short this, because also this peak formation right here, there was a vector candle here that got fully recovered on that, and price went right up to the next one, which is marked there in this green box. But this is almost a railroad track formation, which is a reversal formation. And we've broken the 50 EMA here, we've retested it here and continued to the downside. So this whole move down here could be the start of our 3-day swing, which is actually going to be to the downside. We've had a retracement. We've failed to hold above the 50 EMA. We've got a lot of wicks here below the 50 EMA. So the criteria really is, if it breaks this level down here, then I would say that we're going to have our initial trend to the downside. But it really depends if we stay clear of this level or not. Now, I'll explain to you what to look for with a session changeover if you wanted upside movement, but it goes the other way for downside movement. So you'd be looking for an M formation, session change over to create the second peak in the next session, then you would expect that we're going down. And with these wicks, it's not looking promising, but honestly, you have to be open to anything with the UK-US session changeover, because like I said, US is very, very tricky to pick. Asia is easy, consolidate within a 2% range. UK is easy, it runs a trend. You've just got to check which way it runs that trend. We must have a news event right now, do we? We have retail sales coming out right now as I'm filming this. I just saw some fast volatility starting to come in there, and that looks like it's going to issue that extension to the downside. Damn it, I wish I was actually live with you guys right now as this was happening, but here we are anyway. You can watch the recording for educational purposes. Now, the other thing too that you might notice on my chart is right here I've got a 50% line drawn. That is 50% range of the Asia range right here. Now, usually what will happen is once Asia has finished, so you literally just get your Fibonacci tool and you run it from the lowest price went during Asia to the highest price went during Asia, and you draw a line there on the 50% line. At some point during UK or US session on the same day, price will return to that area and either hold it as support or hold it as resistance. Currently in the UK, it's looked like for the whole of UK, it's held it as resistance, which could also mean a sign of more downside. So be careful of that. I personally think that right now, if we're under the 50 EMAs, be prepared for us to break down further. If we can get back above it with the help of potentially this news event, which is still going on, it's still 13 minutes. If we can get back above it and create new structure that holds above that Asia 50% line, then the 28K is still a possibility to happen this week. A problem we have is with the heat maps, however, they are not giving us anything. If you have a look above price, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you will know I'm looking for red spikes out as an area of interest, either above and below price. And there's literally nothing either side right now. If we come down further, we do have buy the dippers waiting for orders still at 25,500 and still at 24,600. But as far as the immediate price action, this isn't telling us anything right now. So we really do just have to watch the charts. Now, one more thing I want to talk about is the whole meme coin narrative, because it's playing a part in Bitcoin's movement. And the reason that I say that is because when we have a look at these dominances here, you can see that when people are feeling rather bullish on meme coins, like have a look at this massive spike right here with the market cap over here. Now, this is the others chart on the right-hand side. So this is altcoins other than Bitcoin. And that's a massive, massive spike that only happened today, which is what led to Bitcoin coming down today. So what's happening is people are using Bitcoin as, I guess, their safety hedge when they sell out of these highly volatile meme coins, because you can see here that as this spiked up, the Bitcoin dominance came down. So all that's happening right now, this is why meme coins aren't good, because they're not bringing new money into the market. It's just a shift of money. They're shifting from meme coins into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin back into meme coins. And if we go and have a look at the chart here of Bitcoin with 𝗶𝗶𝗃, if you have a look at this spike up here when 𝗶𝗶𝗃 was on its massive rally here, if you match that up, that was this peak here for Bitcoin on the left. And look how Bitcoin started coming down right as 𝗶𝗶𝗃 was going up. These are the same periods of time. So this is showing you that, yeah, this is not new money investing, and it's just old money circulating. And running from here to back to here. So with that in mind, you need to keep an eye on the dominance chart for others, because if this starts to pull back, then Bitcoin has its chance of moving up to the 28K. If this keeps mooning, well, right now it's just consolidating. So keep an eye on this, because if it starts pushing up again, it's probably likely that Bitcoin's going to continue to the downside. So that's probably the best alpha of the video that I can really offer you right now, because it's giving you a really huge hint of which way Bitcoin's going to go. And it's a better hint than just looking at the Bitcoin chart alone. So I'm going to leave you there because I want to get this video out as fast as possible. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, apologies I couldn't go live to show you this stuff today, but hopefully I will be able to go live tomorrow. I think I have a fairly free day. And yeah, if you learned something new, be sure to smash that like button, please. I really appreciate your help with getting my videos around the internet. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Don't forget, there's only about 3 days left of the TTC OKX exclusive deal that we've got going on now. If you are looking for an exchange to trade on, be sure to grab the link from the description of this video to potentially unlock up to about $30,000 worth of rewards, plus an ongoing 15% rebate off your trading fees, which certainly adds up over time. So head down to the links below, check that out, as well as the details if you're interested in joining TTC to learn this whole method in full. Have an amazing day. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow.